This morning, there was an incident outside my daughter's kindergarten that reminded me of the number one piece of advice I give to people when they come to Germany to work, and that is to never, ever apologize. And if you're German, I want to hear from you because I find this to be really interesting. Here's what happened. The main entrance at my daughter's kindergarten opens onto an alleyway. And after I dropped her off, I walked outside and a car came roaring down the alley, just going way too fast, and then parked at the business right next door. And my German friend and I were like, that's not cool. We got to go talk to this guy. So we went over there and we confronted him. And long story short is that my German friend ended up having a lengthy conversation with the guy about the nuances of German traffic law and speeding around kindergartens and driving recklessly. At the end of which the guy said, "You're right." And that was the end of the conversation. He did not apologize. Okay, so what does this have to do with working in Germany? Well, it's a lesson in Germans being process oriented. See, if there's a mistake here, they do kind of investigation. And the point is to either figure out what in the process led to the mistake or to get the person who made the mistake to understand the process better. But in doing so, it kind of makes an apology irrelevant because you've figured out what the problem was. But that's not the whole story either, because an apology here is somehow worse. It's acknowledging a deep character flaw or a moral failing. In the US, apologies are totally different, and I think the situation outside my daughter's kindergarten makes that clear. Getting confronted by two grown men in an alleyway is a tense situation, and assuming you wanted to de-escalate that situation, the first thing you would have done in the United States is to apologize. In doing so, you're acknowledging the error and you're signaling that you would like to move on. Investigation is not necessary. The challenge for Americans in a business context is that mistakes happen all the time, and Americans will often take responsibility for a mistake and apologize in order to keep things moving. In fact, if you're a team leader, accepting blame for a mistake that somebody made on your team is often seen as good leadership, especially if it's a small mistake. But if you go around at a German company apologizing for things in order to prevent investigations and to keep things moving, you're signaling to everybody that you're a screw up and that you shouldn't be trusted.